I mean, I appreciate it. Like I said, we're not going over everything. We're just going over this. But, you know, to all of those that are new that are thinking we're just going over a debate. No, we're going over this. We're going over the Hitler in heaven. Why I think this is old news and not as important as the other things. We're going to go over the Deb Fillman. We're going to go with some of the Kieran White receipts on the GoFundMe, the walkaway thread Reddit, the gaslighting video. We're going to talk about, which I don't even think we need to do this anymore, to be honest. Statement from Deb, the supposed criminal report, the sexual harassment, more harassment, the passer harassment, and we're going to go over Casimir. I have a lot of other receipts. But, you know, never show your full hand, boys. Never show your full hand. Oh, I'll probably check it out after stream. I have more than enough to back all of this up so that when, you know, because let's be honest, right? Everyone knows the game. And Project Veritas does this all the time. You put out things, and these types of people, these people will always double down. And then so what they'll say is bullshit, and then I can go look at their bullshit, and then I can take all the other receipts that I have, and I can prove them lying about their bullshit. So no, I don't throw all my receipts out the first time. Because if you throw out all your receipts the first time, they know everything that you have. I have enough to prove that this person is horrendous in her behavior and pushes people out of the LP. And that's the concern, and that's enough to demand an apology, and enough to demand that if she won't give an apology, she needs to fucking step down. Yeah, the debate is on repeat, but you know, it's only a couple more minutes. We'll listen to it just some more to figure it out. It's peak content, boys.
So, do you think the resolution of your camera is somehow impressive? Karlyn, why is it that it looks bad for me to talk about somebody after they made a video on me, but
like
it doesn't
Hunter,
look bad for them?
Keep talking about him. Please.
Wait, why does it look bad for? See, this is why I repeat myself, is because you don't answer questions.
We will have fodder for months and months and months and months and months, and it'll be great.
It's actually hysterical. You're
Hunter,
so
I gotta go because I got a full day ahead of me. I just wanted to call in and say hi.
huh?
No, I'm not quitting at all. I just have other.
I don't know. It seems like you're rage quitting right now. Why would the spirits choose to make you such a dumbass? You ever think about that?
Why would the spirits choose to make you such a dumbass?
Keep talking about us, co-partner.
Why is it bad when? Oh, there she goes. Okay. She couldn't answer the simple question.
Lisa K, I'm blocked and I don't feel like making sock accounts to go over other shit. Doubling down on defending a pedo. Yeah, so I have a different feeling about that. But we'll get into that soon enough.
Why does it look bad when I do it, but not? But why does it?
But since you mentioned it, let's get going, boys. Let's get going. So, what are the goals? Again, number one, ensure the LP is focusing on state actors and state violence and not tearing down the movement. 2, illustrate the issue with LPNH and Karlyn Borysenko. 3, demand an apology to Kieran White, Mike Harlow, Keri Smith, Deb Fillman, Bot, and Carolyn's community, and the LP, FSP, LPNH. She needs to do a mass apology. And then she needs to retract her threats and promise to move forward without targeting individuals with further harassment. If she refuses to do number 3 and 4, then number 5, demand her resignation from the gubernatorial position of NH. She does not belong in our party if she cannot do that. Karlyn Borysenko represents a character of online edgelords who do not focus on the core values and issues of the LP, beyond attacking statism, political violence, and those who would promulgate said violence. In fact, she even threatens to use state violence against other people in the forms of what the fuck? Who's oh, Keri Smith's okay. What's going on, Keri Smith? Right? Let me just check this real quick. But those are our goals. Let me go back. Oh God. Oh God. No. As you were doing this topic tonight, since your guest got sick, here, I'll send you a few things.
This has been a wild ride already, and we're not even cresting the hill yet, folks.
I can't download shit, so apparently Keri Smith wants me to do this. So what we're gonna do is so that I'm not showing everything, what we're gonna do is we're gonna share the Twitter. What? And then we'll do this. All right, so let's see what I'm seeing this for the first time. This is a piece of evidence I didn't have collected.
I don't know why everyone is so surprised.
What?
With her enemies. It's not like Keri has paid me any money for a service. One of the main reasons I studied psychology is I wanted to learn how to fuck with people.
Oh, this one. Yeah. I don't care about this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she says a lot of wild shit. She says that she studied psychology to fuck with people, etc. I understand the desire to engage in some of the random toxic shit she says and whatnot, but like ultimately at the end of the day, I want to showcase why this is a problem for libertarians and why we need to engage in it. There are thousands of over-the-top toxic behavior tweets and things like that. Go look at her parody account. That's all. Like Karlyn Brainstem. That's all you need to do, and you will see loads and loads and loads of stuff. I want to focus more on the more egregious behavior. If I went through every fucking toxic thing this woman said and every way that she was like engaged in some toxic behavior, we would have to do a 48-hour stream easily. Honestly, actually, I don't think it's physically possible to go through all of her shit.
So based on what I'm understanding, like the Mises Caucus takes over the party and then they're just actively rushing everyone who was supporting them out by propping up Karlyn.
Yeah. So I want to start a segment which I'm calling a section that I'm going to say is old news. Okay? This is old news. And the reason I'm calling it old news is because I'm not sure that it's super relevant, but I will show it nevertheless, and we'll talk about it, right? But I think these are things that people are focusing on that are less important to the situation. Okay? Make sure you guys join the Discord and join the socials. You know, things don't go live unless, you know, you're not going to get any notifications. So, this is Mike Harlow. I think this is petty shit. I honestly think this is petty shit. This is right-wing petty shit from Mike Harlow, the LPNH candidate for governor, who is a known sexual predator. Okay, really? You know, obviously there's some issues with Karen White, but I don't know that that makes her a known sexual predator.
I think, real quick, you should drop your messages tab down.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. That's funny. But anyways, oh shit, I'm not on content either. My bad, boys. There we go. Let me fix all that. So, LPNH candidate for governor, Karlyn Borysenko, carried on a years-long relationship with a convicted child pornographer while he was in prison. Aaron Campbell Brown pled guilty to trafficking child pornography. And then he goes on.
Wait. She was dating him while he was in prison?
Well, they say they're just friends. But I don't buy that at all because of this. Just got my Valentine's Day card from prison. The key to messing with someone in prison is waiting until the phone is just about to hang up before saying you're having drinks with someone. If I married someone that's in prison, do you think I would still get presents? Damn you, prison email system. Why do you control my life too? Oh my God, I totally forgot my prison nickname was Small. Hilarious. Right. Over and over again, you know, to visit the prison boy, tongue face. Like, she's clearly romantically involved with this person. Right. I mean, like, it's very obvious that she was in a romantic relationship with this person. There's no doubt about it. That being said, I'm going to try and be as fair as possible every time I go through these interactions, because I don't want this to just be a hit piece where, you know, we could be proven wrong on something or some other thing like that. Now, the person in question, we can go through all of the stuff. We can look at it if you want, right? What this person actually did is they helped on the back end with child pornography website. And they helped people with transactions. They helped people get their money back. They helped people with their credit card transactions and things like that. She claims that this person was set up and that they didn't do that at all. Now, I don't fucking buy that at all. But let's just say there's always that 1% chance. There's always that 1% chance that a person is innocent. Now, the reason, and Deb hits on this, the reason this is important is because she calls everybody groomer and pedo as a common insult all the time. And it's kind of weird to do that when you have these skeletons in your closet. And you also probably shouldn't nominate someone for a governor position if they used to date a convicted pedophile or child pornographer. Excuse me.
Yeah, that actually, I don't really care that he like maybe wasn't watching it or he just helped on the financial and like.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Knew about it and like just all of this is just a big no-go for me.
Yes. Deb is also correct with another thing, which is that he got caught planting a camera in a shower. On camera. Yeah, no, the guy's obviously a creep, but I want to give that 1% chance that he was set up, right? And that none of the things were true. But no, I mean, she's dated. I also want to point out, right? That this is like 11 to 14 years ago. And that she maintained this relationship while he was in prison for years.
Well, you know exactly where he's going to be every day.
Yeah. Of course, she's featured another convicted pedophile on her show, but I mean, like, featuring someone on their show, are we going to say, like, I mean, like, who on Twitch hasn't talked to Mr. Girl? Oh, it's just me and Aristocracy. We're the only ones that won't talk to Mr. Girl. We're the only ones with any goddamn principles in Twitch politics. Tiberius D hasn't. All right, Tiberius D, come on to the camp of not having talked to Mr. Girl.
Cheers and praise and applause all around.
Hunter is a pedo? I don't know anything about that.
But I do think it's interesting. Oh, it just went away. Hashtag Alex Jones was right was trending, and then they off the screen.
Yeah, right. What's odd is she said she warned him the people were sketchy, but he did it anyways, got convicted, and she still stayed with him. I don't know. Sounds like fucking I don't know, man. I don't know. Sounds like some cluster B type crazy shit that people might do. Right? Here she is again. Again, though, this is not, I would say, 100% pertinent to what it is that is the real issue here. This is just gross, weird shit that is honestly, for the most part, in my opinion, character assassination. But if it shows a long history of disgusting behavior, I think it bolsters some of our fears and concerns with our current stuff.
Necessary to say this now. Curist, aka Jason Close, was a paid employee of Unsafe Space.
I thought it was Christ.
I did not hire him. I did not find out about this or his past until February 18th, at which point I messaged Carter to find out if he knew.
Just for the record, don't hire people as a paid employee without doing a criminal background check. For the record.
Yeah, so it's just a general CYOA, good rule of thumb.
Yeah, they're not expensive, right?
Ceased being a partner and co-owner there 3 days later. Now, what Shuanhead is saying here is that this guy, Curist, and I'm going to be honest, I've met Curist, and I actually knew this about Curist. Well, I knew one of the things about Curist. I knew that Shuanhead basically says, this is the guy that tried to break into Tim Pool's house at 4 a.m. He's also convicted of doing stuff with kids. I didn't know that piece about him. I didn't know that until I saw this tweet yesterday, but I did know.
But you were cool with him being a fucking, like, breaking and entering?
Yeah, cool with breaking and entering into Tim Pool's place.
I actually did talk to Curist right after my Trump rally article went viral, and he was actually very upfront with me about the fact that he tried to break into Tim Pool's house.
But not about fucking kids, right?
Right. And you decided, like, you know, the guy who openly admits that he tried to break into Tim Pool's house, background check? Nah, we don't need that. He seems like a good guy. He's so upfront.
Pick up strays like, you know, no one's business. I pick up strays like all the time. And so for me, I was like, my position with him was like, don't do any crazy shit with me. If you do crazy shit with me, like, you're not going to get away with it. But I also believe
raping a child under 12.
Giving people a second chance.
Assaulting an 8-year-old girl.
Oh, Curist is here. Hey, Curist, I hope you're well. I don't really want to. It's a little awkward, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little awkward, but you know, I don't wish anyone ill. Curist, I have a question. Curist. Listen, I know that you're not presented in the best light in this, and I don't really want to.
What? What was
what?
One. I love that. He's just like, I've lost a lot of respect for her. She didn't even bother to tell me personally to fuck off, over this charge I didn't do. Okay.
Said she used defamation. Yeah, defamation doesn't really work when you're convicted. Just throwing that one out there.
Go down that road, but you were very honest with me in 2020.
Honest about the fact that you tried to break into Tim Pool's house, just not honest about the fact that he was a pedophile.
And I'm sorry, if someone tells me they like to do B&Es as a fucking hobby, I'm not gonna be friends with that person because I don't want to deal with the repercussions of being associated with them.
That you were the guy that with the Tim Pool thing. Did you ever tell Keri that? Did Keri know? Because you were very honest and direct with me. Kira says, I don't know if Keri knew about me. Listen, I don't know what's gone on in Kira's past. I will say that Kira has never been anything but nice to me.
He's never been anything nice to me. I mean, he's a pedophile that rapes children. And not like, and I want to be clear, 8 and 12 is pedophile. It's not an ephebophile. That's not a hebophile. Like straight up definitional pedophile. This person likes undeveloped children.
I don't condone any of the stuff I've heard, Curus. It gives me a little pause, to be honest, but I appreciate you being here.
Not enough, obviously.
You, putting your side. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And Curus, you are under no obligation to answer any of the questions that are coming up in the chat to you. You're not, and I'd probably recommend that you don't.
Why? Why are you trying to protect him from saying something stupid?
Because the way you're describing it, or initially, it kind of makes me feel like you think this is like Shield Hero, where you think he might have been like framed, and you're not sure. You like can't trust it. So you're like, better safe than sorry, but maybe. And then at the end here, it feels like, no, you know for sure, and like it's half cool though.
Yeah, Deb says she cut it off so fast because the only reason she's nice to him is she thinks it hurts Keri, which I mean it kind of does. I mean, he hired a pedo.
I guess it really was an unsafe space.
Right. I mean, this is the dumbest shit ever. Sorry. I don't even feel like this is just her being a free speech absolutist. And, you know.
What the fuck?
Free speech does not include grooming children for sex, just like it is not free speech to yell fire on a theater. It does. So she's saying that free speech protects grooming children for sex.
I didn't know it was going to get this fucking bad, man.
Yeah, for the record, I haven't showed Mark all the stuff. I've been working on this with a couple other people, not Mark.
As long as Angie can get a stand-in, I'm fine with that Florida trailer, man.
No.
I know Angie's got a bad back, and like she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I mean, but like, there's the whole guilt by association thing. I said look bad. I'm not saying that it's evidence against her. No, I meant Keri, because Keri also hired this person, but Carter did. You know, so like she's loosely connected. It's, you know what I mean, and she's using it as an attack vector against Keri. You know, which is, you know, what we're fucking doing now. The only difference is, you know, Keri didn't know, had no idea, wasn't involved in the process of hiring, and she did know and has done stuff with this person and is even protecting that person again for whatever fucking reason, and also thinks that free speech is absolutely protects grooming children for sex.
Which is horrifying.
And then this is just more proof that she was, you know, involved with this person. He wrote her a Valentine's Day poem, etc. right? It's oh, sorry, hold on. Let me read this just in case, because she keeps saying they're just friends. Nighttime stars sing true. I dream of a girl I knew. The girl, she was you. Last haiku for you. Your smile sends me skies blue. Your booty's not bad too. Happy Valentine's Day.
They are all perfect.
Yeah, this is obviously someone she's in love with. I hope he did time for the hold on, pause. I hope he did time for the death of a haiku. Oh shit.
Oh shit, Sparky, thank you.
Hey, Aircraft Sparky. So, to the people coming in from Aircraft Sparky stream, we have talked about Karlyn Borysenko, who is the gubernatorial candidate for New Hampshire, the flagship state of the LP, and she is a disgusting monster of a human being that should not be representing the LP in any way, shape, or form. We talked about her goals, and of course, we talked about the fact that she loves to engage in psychological fuckery and says it's a virtue, and then we looked at her debating, where she's able to parrot libertarian policy, and then we looked at her getting cornered, where she immediately goes into gaslighting craziness and like leftist philosophy dialectic insane bullshit. And now we're just now starting some of the reasons why we think we should be able to present that this person isn't just an edgy online person, but someone that actively harasses, doxes, defames, and hurts people that are adjacent to the liberty movement, like right-wing paleo-libertarian people that we should be bringing in, but instead, for whatever reason, have angered or upset her narcissistic sensibilities, and so she has to destroy them. And she does so actively with malice. So if you know Karlyn Borysenko, right, then you know that she rose to fame first by being a part of the walk away movement. And she did a big interview with Dave Rubin, and that's how she came onto the scene. Well, after harassing everybody and being a toxic person, and like, you know, she claims it's because everyone was like a loser that didn't get anything done, and she like, you know, she left them or whatever. That's not true. She then went to PragerU and started grifting as a right-winger for PragerU. Well, she did a PragerU video, then walk away, but then she continued staying on, doing other stuff for PragerU. PragerU had to drop her because of this tweet, which is what a lot of what you're seeing referenced in the Hunter Avalon thing is this stuff right here, right? So this is where she says, you know, yes, they do. Everyone who died in the Holocaust chose to die in the Holocaust before they were ever born because they collectively wanted to understand the experience of ultimate oppression. That's why Hitler went to heaven. Now, that's her religious right to believe that we don't have free will, but it ain't libertarian. Libertarianism is the theory of human action economically and is the same via the arguments of argumentation ethics. In order to be a libertarian, you have to believe in free will. It's fatalism. It's insane spiritualistic nonsense and craziness. It's utter fucking insanity. And that's why after that tweet, we made sure the timeline was correct. After that tweet, she is accepted by open arms by the Libertarian Party, endorsed by the LNCC for the gubernatorial position of the flagship state of New Hampshire. But this is the old stuff. This isn't after all of that. After all of this, she's endorsed. Okay? I need to make you clear. All of this was known or could have been known with a slight investigation. This Hunter Avalon debate, not the Pork Fest debate, right? But not this tweet specifically. But being connected to pedophiles was known to some degree. Being an insane person that has no belief in libertarianism whatsoever philosophically, but instead just that. So we're going to continue. I know my heresies, a lot of fantasy novels are based on what if Fillman heresy was real. Yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at one of her Sassy Saturdays where Keri Smith and Deb Fillman are. And there's two things I really want to point out specifically. There's another one in here, but it'll be shown in a compilation video. Obviously, if you want to check out any of these, I will give the full links to any of these. I don't think it's important to get the full context, but if you want the full context, sure, go ahead and watch it for yourself. I don't feel that I'm misrepresenting anything, but
I believe in corporate fascism.
Hold on. So what we want to do is we want to go to about 119. And we'll do a little bit of lead up into it, because I think this is Keri Smith and Deb Fillman talking to each other, and I think this is an important thing to point out as well.
Started tweeting nonsense on Twitter about me, was begging people for.
Now I understand Deb Fillman has been, you know, friendly with Karlyn Borysenko, you know, as someone that's Jewish heritage. You know, the Hitler comments, the toxic behavior, things of that nature. Yeah, she started to, you know, kind of back away and kind of do her own thing and work within her own community. And the fact that she pulled away was everything that you could ever, that's all you need to do to get on this woman's bad side and become a target, to get harassed regularly, to get attacked as much as possible. And if you respond in any way, she threatens to sue you, because she's threatened to sue all of the people that we're talking about here. She claims she's gathering evidence for defamation lawsuits. She wants to use the state's power and authority to try and extract wealth and pain on these people legally for the crime of not agreeing with her or not being friendly with her.
Money and to help her find a new job on Twitter. And I DM'd her because I mistakenly thought we were on good terms and Keri hadn't gotten to her yet. And I said, Deb, I will teach you how to build programs that I used to build my organizational psychology practice. And I will basically give you a plug and play. I will give you how I build.
Right. And so this is where the possibly narcissist, finger on nose, right? This is where the possible narcissist, right, sees someone and being like, hey, supposedly, right. So pause, Deb, I believe you, but hear me out. There are two possibilities here. Number one is that she's just lying so that she can be given a respect and she can be told how wonderful she is. But hear me out. Even though she's lying about this, what's actually occurring is something much, much more interesting that you'll notice with narcissists. What she's doing is she's creating this narcissistic fantasy to sell to everyone, to gain support, to gain love. She's not just going to lie. She's going to lie in such a way that has an element of truth. Because the element of truth is that she's still stuck within her own narcissistic framework, as far as I can tell, which is, she doesn't say like, oh, I gave her money, or oh, I helped her out, or I connected her with some people. Instead, she says, what I did is I tried to take her under my wing. I tried to be the maternal, paternal figure. I tried to show her the ropes and how successful I am and how amazing I am and how wonderful I am. She couches it in this weird backlog thing. Do you think she actually has NPD? I would say that in engaging in all of these things, it is not my position to be able to say whether or not she has any form of cluster B personality syndrome. I'll simply say the patterns that I see and how they're extremely similar to how narcissists behave.
Built my business, and you can go and do the same thing for homeschooling. And Deb fucking ignored me. She ignored me completely while she's begging on Twitter for people to help her find a job so she can make more money, only charging $40 an hour for tutoring, which to me, quite frankly, is really undercharging what her actual value is. And I mean that as a compliment. I think Deb is actually worth much more than she's charging, which says a lot about her self-worth. But I offered to help her set up her fucking business, and she ignored me. And I know that I'm not the only one she ignored.
Well, you know, boys, you know, she can't let that compliment go. So let's see what happens at 119.
I know that other people reached out to her too and offered her help, and she just completely ignored them and then continued to complain on Twitter about how much she needed more money.
I'm about to say something really controversial.
Do it.
I think that Deb probably needs to be with like a very dominant guy.
Oh, it's so true. Yes, it's critical. She is critical dominatrix theory in action.
And if she was
You see
able
how
to
excited
release-
she got to like, oh, now we can make it sexual too? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
The way
true.
she snapped up.
needs to be with like a very dominant guy.
Oh, it's so true. Yes, it's critical. She is critical dominatrix theory in
And
action.
if she was able to release control in that situation, she could take more control of her finances and stuff, because it would create, because she just said, I don't want that kind of power. I don't want this. I don't want that.
Mhm.
Well, if you are submissive in bed, that's a way for you to abdicate that power. Or even within a
Mhm.
relationship, she could even take it outside the bedroom, but she could still get so much more done if she had that place to submit, because that's how she is. Because she just said that.
Alex, I'm so proud of you for describing critical dominatrix theory.
Yeah, yeah. She's saying that while reacting to somebody.
Did you learn that
because
from
then
me, or
she
did you
could
learn that on
dominate
your
other
own?
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obviously not a right-wing thing, and it's also not a libertarian thing.
Do you know, fun fact, do you know who named critical dominatrix theory?
Some lefty.
I'm sure it was the queen.
It was the fucking queen. The queen who's
But
now
he wasn't your friend or anything.
the queen who's now DMing people on Twitter and lying about the nature of our fucking relationship.
Also, you got to understand, she uses nicknames for everybody that she regularly harasses, because she does it so often that instead of using their names, she has nicknames for all of the people she loves to attack regularly.
Was the
Yeah, who
person
the fuck is the queen?
I can't remember if it's Mike Harlow or Kieran White. I can't remember. It's not Keri or Deb. It's I can't remember. Each of them have a different nickname though.
and lying
they're all
about
ironic,
the
I
nature
see.
of
It's Kieran. Yeah, Kieran. Which is her making fun of the gay man. Well, they're both Mike Harlow's. Anyways,
our fucking relationship was the person who named critical dominatrix theory. He came up with the name, and I have the fucking DMs to prove it.
But
But
you
no,
guys never talked, so
no,
you were never close.
oh, and we certainly never talked about things like sex. That oh, and if it did, I was sexually harassing. We never made jokes about sex at all.
yeah, we'll see those DMs later, boys. We'll see those DMs. That's totally Kieran isn't gay. I thought he was. I assumed he was.
Wow. You know what they say about assumptions, right?
She likes to say he's gay, though he's not. Okay, I just hear it all the time that he's gay, and she calls him the queen, but he's not. Oh, she's doing it because he Oh, that makes so much more. That makes so much more sense now. I get it now. He
turned her
fuck.
down. Yes.
Oh no, yeah, he turned her down. Well, she was married too. Like, Okay. You know what? So many things just clicked for me that I didn't understand. Yeah. You know, I've seen a bunch of those. Oh God, that we'll get to that towards the end of the stream.
Of course not.
Which is how I know his feelings about anal sex.
I mean, as much research as I've done, it is so much shit to sift through. And boys, let me tell you, I'm sorry to anybody here that is a part of this, but there is so much catty, random comments and threads, and it's so much, and quote tweets and sub tweets, and so much shit that is just infuriatingly like beating my head against the wall dealing with this toxic woman and trying to understand all the random shit that he does. So yeah, if people are in like Carolyn's brainstem and they know more about all of her craziness, yeah, he's from England, yeah, but let's be honest, that's a double.
We never all.
Of course not.
Which is how I know his feelings about anal sex. We never made jokes like that at all. Never happened.
I'm just saying it works, you know. It works to be dominated or whatever, but
No,
like
but
I
you
said,
are.
I'm more of a switch, so.
I do 100% actually agree with you that Deb needs a strong, dominant man to tie her up and not let her loose until she has had like 15 fucking orgasms, and he needs to do whatever the fuck he needs to do to get her to that place. And he will be doing the world a great fucking favor. And Keri's husband should do the same thing to her.
That's probably true.
Like, who says this
That's
shit?
a lot. Oh, I mean, not to incriminate myself, but I say wild shit like this, just not on camera.
Yeah, I mean, but like, who says on camera that like your political enemies that you can't stop harassing, that you need to tie them down, and that someone needs to dominate them and tie them down and engage in BDSM, and not let them leave until they have 15 orgasms, and that Keri Smith will be better off as well if her husband does that to her.
She just needs a little unconsensual CNC.
Yeah, unconsensual CNC. That's an oxymoron. Unconsensual consent, non-consent. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm not the one implying this. So like that's what I'm understanding from the media you're presenting to me.
Yeah, name brand shoes. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like she's doing it as a like she's actually making a leftist argument here that the dynamic, the power dynamics within a relationship need her. Like she's gained too much control. Like this type of shit isn't even like normal leftist shit. It's the type of shit you'd hear from like a third positionist or a fascist, right?
Or like the Joker.
This is the type of shit that you would hear that she's unironically spewing, right? This is a type of like leftist philosophy that you hear from like a third positionist neo-Nazi, that like, you know, women are gaining too much power and too much control and asserting too much. And really they just want to be dominated. And like, you can fix their mental health if you just tie them up and like, you know, fucking like rail them fucking all day. And then like, they'll learn their fucking place or some shit, and they'll be happier and healthier because that's what they really want. Like that's the energy that she's putting off with these things. Not like a libertarian critique of like what's going on. Ah, fuck. I don't even know that I can get through all of this.
We just need a trigger fire for it.
What is it? 140. There's three things I want to point out from this video, but really I want to do just two of them because the other one is kind of already in another video.
Okay. Keri is the town crier. Deb.
Oh, here we go.
Right now, just so people know who we're talking about, because people who are not in my locals might not know who we're talking about.
I just happened to come across the nicknames so you boys can know.
Okay. Keri is the town crier. Deb is the stepmom. Kieran is the queen from England.
Right. And she calls her the stepmom because, you know, her children are with her husband because it's closer and easier, and they're separated. So she calls her stepmom to attack her identity as a mother, which is just such a nice way to engage with your political enemies, is to really try and like attack their idea of motherhood. It's just like a really healthy and non-narcissistic way to engage with people that are content creators with 12,000 subscribers that are fighting back against woke indoctrination in school. Okay, that have the exact same, that they are to her, Casimir, because this person is not a fucking libertarian. Okay, she's like, I'm sorry, but this is an infiltrator. This is an interloper. Like, she has no libertarian philosophy. Right. And this is someone that's supposedly politically aligned in almost every way, and in the same topic, fighting woke indoctrination, protecting homeschools, all of those things. Someone that is clearly has like if Deb Fillman was not treated this way and this person was not that way, I would honestly say that Deb could probably swing 2,000, 3,000 people by herself to the Libertarian Party.
That's not insignificant.
You know what I mean? Like if the LP was not supporting this in any way, and she wasn't this way at all, and she wasn't associated, right? And the LP was principled and was fighting the things that Deb thought were appropriate, she'd probably be like, yeah, you should join the LP. You should vote Libertarian. That's only a quarter of her audience.
But why would we want that?
Right? But no, this person's driving people away with this kind of behavior. But let's get on to her nicknaming system designed to hurt people as much as they can.
Might not know who we're talking about. Okay. Keri is the town crier. Deb is the stepmom. Kieran is the queen from England, not to be confused with the Queen of England. Justice is the court jester. And Mike Harlow is Baron Munchausen. So if you hear us referring to anyone, like those are the nicknames. And there's all so sad and serious all the time. They do not.
Yeah, I mean, Deb has done stuff for the LP. Like, obviously, she would join the LP. She's not, like, Deb is different than these other people. Deb is a libertarian, like, just straight up.
They have no.
They're not meant to be funny. They're meant to hurt the people that they're using. They're playground bully behavior.
Wait, you're saying these aren't cute little fun nicknames, like, that are inside jokes between the 5 of these people?
Right.
No, like, joy in their lives at all.
Yeah, and I think some of it has to do with some sexual dysfunction. At least
all of them.
I will say I don't necessarily.
I gotta be honest.
All of them.
I think I'm going to be having some sexual dysfunction later from having looked at these two for so long.
Right. I just think it's funny that every single person that is adjacent to the liberty movement or in the liberty movement, that happens to get under her skin, that she then goes after and harasses and defames and does terrible things to, are all they all have sexual dysfunctions. Why else wouldn't they love me? And this is it seems like someone trying to avoid narcissistic collapse. And to feed her own narcissistic supply, she needs the audience to tell her how amazing she is, and she needs to hurt these other people and make it seem like these other people are awful, and that's the only reason that, like, they're not with her.
Now, quick question. How long can someone maintain a cycle of behavior like that before it falls apart?
That's called narcissistic collapse. Right? So what ends up happening is a narcissistic collapse occurs. Everyone around them hates them. Everything around them is destroyed. They burn all of their bridges. They go fucking crazy, right? If this said person was a narcissist with NPD, right? I don't want to say that this person is or isn't. I'm just saying.
Obviously, you're not diagnosing them. It's just
right.
I'm
of course.
just curious about with actual NPD.
Right. So that would happen, right? And then one of two things happens. The most common is they rebuild, they move on, they restart the process all over again. The rarer thing is that they fix themselves and they become a self-aware narcissist, and they start putting in, like, real work, and they change. They hit their rock bottom. Kind of like a drug addict, right? A drug addict and ODing, like, you know what I mean? Like, usually you just kind of, like, go elsewhere, you get a new supply, just like narcissistic supply. It's very similar, right? You go and do all that, or you kind of hit rock bottom and you realize it's time to change.
Fascinating.
And I think some of it has to do with some sexual dysfunction. At least
all of them.
I will say I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but I do think Deb and Mikey for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Keri at least has a husband. Like, she has a function.
Yeah.
Do any of the rest of them have a functional relationship? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Keri's. I would assume she's okay.
Now, these are just 2 instances I had written down and highlighted. This entire 5-minute segment is nothing but trash talk and anger and rage at people adjacent to or in the liberty movement.
You mean other shining stars who could rob her of light?
She says, I have a husband, with a bunch of exclamation marks. I'm married. Fair enough, Deb. Fair enough. Deb even sent me pictures of, like, 4th of July stuff to prove it.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. It's fine.
He's right here snoring, LOL. Fair enough. Fair enough, Deb. But yeah, I mean, you could watch if you're into that. I don't know why you would be into that, but if you want to watch this entire thing, go ahead and watch this entire thing. It's nothing but shit talking and rage against mostly these 2 women, with, like, an interlude where they, like, review some tweets from, here they talk shit against Kieran, because he tweeted out, when everyone that matters walks away from you, perhaps you need to realize you are the problem.
That's pretty funny.
But let's continue. We're going to move on to the next thing. The next kind of major thing I think we should talk about. Karlyn versus reality. Her house of lies is crumbling. We now have proof that she had her friend, Kieran, make this image. She used this for weeks and it was posted everywhere. It was in Reddit. It was in Facebook groups. It was all over the place. Blaming it on fucking, geez, there's no way I can just we'll just say Keri. Okay. Blaming it on Keri. And then she changed it to K Smith instead of Keri Smith, hoping she wouldn't get sued. An unsafe space to falsely accuse them of harassment and bullying. If Jussie Smollett was a rotund butch white woman. So here we have this picture that was used, right? Let me open image in new tab. Right. So what she did is she created, and Kieran created it for the record, back when they were still friends together. She created, together, they created a Karlyn's blocked supporters fake GoFundMe. Now, honestly, initially, kind of a funny fucking joke, right? It's a little on the nose. It's over the top on the nose. K. Smith and 5 others organizing this fundraiser. The top donation is Cassandra Fairbanks, right? It's a little on the nose and it's fucking hilarious. And the idea that they would need to raise $100,000 is ridiculous too. Talking about their own mental decline, the mental decline of Karlyn, as we fans and supporters have tirelessly supported her cause financially, even when we were finding it hard to survive, right? Trying to call them poor, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So this is kind of funny, right? Wouldn't you say that this is funny, to be honest? I guess I'm obviously asking you, Mark, my co-host.
I'm sorry. I have been fascinated by things in chat and on the screen, and I kind of tuned you out a little bit. I'm sorry.
You fucking piece of shit. What I'm saying, don't you think this is kind of funny?
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah, it's not horrible or anything. It's just dumb. But see, the problem...
It's a dumb joke that's like an in-joke amongst a group of people. It's nothing terrible.
Right, and then someone's like, how'd you find this? They're like, this isn't funny, yada, yada, yada. And then she says, and here's just one image, both these accounts support bullying and cancel culture, even though they claim to be against it. When their friends are doing it, they're more than happy to support bullying. Do not trust these people. And then you have it here. You have Keri Smith. She's doing it on and off for 9 months now. I blocked her in October. I still get screenshots out of the blue. Like yesterday, the fake GoFundMe she made with my name on it. You'll notice she does a flurry of attack posts across, etc. And then Karlyn responds, I do sure hope you have evidence to back up the claim that I made that image, Keri, because I happen to know that image came to me in a form of a DM from someone who doesn't want to be harassed by you or your community. Show your evidence, Keri. So now she's attacking and harassing people with this image and keeping herself legally open because everything she said could be construed as true, but trying to present that that the doctored images that she's making are true and that they're evidence of harassment against her. The victim complex of the narcissist shows itself by engaging in creating a problem and then pretending that this is actually her as the victim.
Davro.
Of course, eventually Kieran White comes out and proves that he made it with her. Don't post as there could be British spelling and it'll show it was me. Haha. Yada yada. Oh my God, you put Cassandra Fairbanks. Yada yada yada. Medical illness and healing. LOL. Can you change Jennifer Hamilton to Keri Smith? And they changed it. Sorry, can we do K Smith so we don't get sued for slander? And so they're kind of going they made this meme together. He claims that they made it as a joke, right? But then he's kind of engaging a little bit in the joy of people getting triggered by it. And then, but see, you see here, he goes, People think it's real. Sorry, I was only proofing for British spelling. It's a horrible proofread, right? So I feel guilty for the locals group. LOL. Oh, fuck off. Right? Changing LOL for real. These women are insane, like literally insane. So they're joking about the fact that they think it's real. And then he's joking about the fact that they think it's real. But according to him, I'll just say it, it was created after a Zoom call where I made an unrelated edit for another joke on another topic. She asked me to do one for this. This is the conversation where I had no idea where she was going to post or no real desire to be attributed to them. To me, it was a throwaway edit. Yeah, but he supported it as it was being posted.
Well, yeah, and she also says, "Can I post, please?" And he's like, "Yeah, just proofread it."
Right.
So, like, she kind of said she was going to put it up.
Right. So, I mean, Kieran has some culpability here, and he's walking away from it a little bit. But I mean, I don't think, based off of any of their conversation, that he thought it was anything other than a joke, and it would be funny if they thought it was real. Not this
Yeah, I
shit.
believe that.
Yeah, she faked her own harassment to try and prove that these other people were harassing her. She and Kieran together doctored images to then post all over the internet. She groomed him and lied to him about their bullying.
Now you can suck your own dick. All you want.
I'll leave that up to others to
Make yourself some
decide.
extra money and suck everyone in the neighborhood's dick while you're at it.
She was Jessie Smollett. But let's move on. There's a really interesting throwaway Reddit post claiming a ton of things. This is a very long thread. Now, why do I have this?
Why do you have this?
Why do I have this? Well, we could go through it, but let's go through some of the ones that I think are fun that have evidence posted. Recently, though, she's gone despairingly low. Unfortunately, Mike Harlow has been somewhat sidelined due to an illness. In his private locals, he mentioned that he would be creating content when he could, but that he was having some medical problems. Karlyn found out this information and has seized upon it. He first posted he was sick over a week ago in his locals as an explanation for why he hasn't posted in his community. How long does a cancer diagnosis usually take? I hope he's not sick. I genuinely do. But if he is sick, he should consider which of his own actions caused it.
Well, none of his actions caused it. He was always going to get it.
Right? It's one of the funnier things, in my opinion. But I would say, like, this person talks about, like, the Avalon, the Hunter Avalon stuff. This links to this, of course, which is
Karlyn made a whole video with that.
the truth about Karlyn Borysenko that I think people should watch. I'm not going to watch this, but in this, he begins to go through a ton of things that were abuses by Karlyn. By the way, she blocked him from his locals and she just admitted to spying. Like, guys, when I tell you that there's so much that, like, every time I tell you something, if there are people who have experienced her harassment, they say like 6 other things. I have another document with like 40 fucking links in it. And it's like, I chose from that document to keep some things, and I chose from that document things that I thought were like not the most important things, right? Like we could go over the I Hypocrite video. We could look at the Mike Harlow video that I just put in chat. We could look at any one of these videos and it would show that this person is a toxic, fucking insane, damaging person that should not be anywhere near a position in the LP. It is literally too much to be addressed. The amount of toxic and insane behavior this person spouts on a daily fucking basis. And so instead, I'm just kind of showing some of the stuff. I bring this one in here. We'll watch like the first couple minutes. I bring this one in here just to kind of highlight something else. All right, I'm sharing. Let me bring this in. I do want to watch a couple minutes of this because these are the people that supposedly that all these people that are how do I put this? That she's harassing and more. These are the anti-woke influencers. She's now going to take people and try and gaslight you into believing that all of these anti-woke people are actually like woke and they're harassing people fighting against the woke culture and that they're plants and that they're not really fighting for the fight and that they're coming after Karlyn and that Karlyn is an innocent victim that has to fight back. And because she has to fight back, that justifies her attacks on other people. Meanwhile, Keri Smith doesn't have a single fucking video attacking Karlyn Borysenko on her channel. Not one.
Well played. Maybe. I'm not sure.
She has many sock puppet accounts. Yeah, she uses a ton of sock puppet accounts. It's hard to tell which ones are which. And then if you accuse one of her sock puppet accounts of being a sock puppet account, what she'll then do is she'll use her other account and then blame you for the harassment by saying that it's her because it's not really her. So again, she'll create drama. She'll create harassment by harassing you and then say that you're bringing her name up in with like other random people and that she has nothing to do about it. And please, why are you attacking me?
She just wants to put cameras in your schools, damn it.
She just wants to put cameras in your schools, damn it. No, you know, and also happens to be friends with a lot of pedophiles.
Yeah, who all's getting access to that actually, I hadn't put that together yet, but now it's like, who's getting access to those cameras?
I mean, it's more of a joke. Like, I don't think that's actually her position.
I know.
But let's continue with this.
I have something I want to say. A special comment, if you will. I'm not even sure where to start this.
You know what? You could just end the video right now. That'd be a great place to start. But we're going to subject my community to your insanity.
It has come to my attention from now multiple sources, and this is happening to multiple different people.
Computer Carnage. The reason fake people can keep it going for so long is because to the narcissist, and of course, when I say fake people and narcissists, I'm obviously not specifically talking about Karlyn Borysenko. To the narcissist, you are able to do that because you believe your own bullshit and you create a fantasy protective world in your mind where all of your shit is true. This is where narcissistic collapse comes from, is because too many people start calling you on your bullshit and you can no longer maintain the lie to yourself and you collapse within yourself and get destroyed until you can move to a new area and rebuild all of your shit again.
That anti-woke whistleblowers, people who risk their jobs, risk their livelihoods, don't have big paydays waiting.
No, Policy Walker, that is her position. I just meant like not so like weirdos can watch in the classrooms. I just meant like that those two aren't necessarily connected.
Whistleblowers, people who risk their jobs, risk their livelihoods, don't have big paydays waiting from a fundraiser that was organized for them. People who are actually the
victim.
People that are the bravest in this entire movement, they're being harassed.
Now it's anybody associated with her that are the bravest, right? So you know, her what is it? Deb or whatever her name is speaks out against like some of her friends that still work with her, right? And you know, we got to make sure that it's not just me, it's all of us together. We got to but they're all under my wing.
And some of them are being harassed by other supposed people in the anti-woke community who are doing it because I'm friends with some of those anti-woke whistleblowers. They're doing it as some petty form of revenge against me. Now, there is nothing that burns me more.
Multiple media personalities. So now she gets to use people fighting back against legitimate criticism or like some presumed harassment where she gets to step in and be the hero.
That when people do not treat these whistleblowers well. These are people who have spoken up when they didn't need to. Some of them are pursuing lawsuits that are game-changing. Some of them have given up their jobs. They've given up their ability to have normal lives. They have put themselves out there for all of us. And there is now more than one of them that is getting harassed by a band of roving psychos on Twitter led by Keri Smith and Mike Harlow. And they are harassing them because they will not denounce me. Now, I'm friends with a lot of anti-CRT and anti-
Yeah, they're being harassed by being like, hey, why are you associated with this person? Look at the crazy shit this person says and does. Why are you friends with this person? Why are you aligned with this person? So what?
For the lulz.
Right, and so what this is what she's doing. She's saying they're harassers and they're evil and they're coming after my friends, and I'm going to be the hero that steps in to save them, and that they're a raving band of psychos because they're calling out her bullshit. She's trying to silence anyone that says anything against her by gaslighting the audience to believe that they're a roving band of psychos, and by making herself the hero of the story. Talk about fucking main character syndrome.
woke whistleblowers. We all talk behind the scenes. We all help each other out.
Yeah, I mean, of course she never, like, in almost all of her instances, she always claims to have the receipts and she never shows them.
Like
we all support each other.
Alex Jones.
We have each other's backs. We provide shoulders to cry on. It is not easy being in this game. I've said many times that I've seen every single person in this game descend into madness to some extent. And that includes me. Because
imagine trying that in a gubernatorial debate. Jesus Christ.
Descend into madness to some extent. And that includes me. Because it is extremely hard to do this day in and day out. And you expect to get harassed from the left. You expect.
And this is where she brings up this idea that the right is canceling me, that all these right wingers are coming after me because I'm libertarian. I'm really anti-woke. It's
too much for them to handle.
It's pure fucking gaslighting, and it's gaslighting and like narcissistic supply all at the same time. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous person that you should not be in a relationship with of any sort.
Expect that. But I have never been harassed as badly by the left as I have been by people on my own fucking team. Keri Smith and Mike Harlow have been directly harassing me for over a year and a half. They have amassed a band of people, dozens of people, that do this all day, every day. And they do it because they want me to shut up. Because I'm smarter about this stuff than them. I know it better than them. I have a bigger following than them. And they want me to shut up.
I mean, I kind of want you to shut up. I'm not going to deny that. But, you know, because you're fucking toxic. You're the very definition of toxic. And you're damaging to the LP. You're damaging to the freedom movement. You're driving wedges between people that should be working together. And of course, they've been harassing her for over a year and a half. No proof of this. We're going to show you what some of this harassment looks like in a minute. The types of things that really get under her skin.
And now I think that they've started to realize that I won't shut up. And so they've started to harass the people around me. They have been private messaging people in my communities for months, sending them DMs on Twitter, trying to lure people away from me. And they've been successful in some respects.
Also, if you're here for the drama against her, I appreciate the views. It's fine. More people that know about this is great. This is not our normal content. We don't normally do drama content like most Twitch streamers. We're doing this because we're libertarians. We're doing this because we're anarcho-capitalists. We're the final boss of libertarians, baby. We want to get rid of the fucking state. We're hardcore libertarians. And this fucking vile person is not a libertarian. And I see through her shit because I actually know my theory. And when I called her out on it, she lied about me. She defamed me. She accused me of stealing shit that I hadn't stole, right? So if you want to follow and you want to look at us, know that most of my content is debating on panels and talking about libertarian philosophy and covering news and news stories and things like that, as well as a lot of interviews. We interviewed Yaron Brook, famous objectivist, Buck Angel, Tulip R. We'll be talking to Amy Eileen Ham again, she's a friend of the channel. We did an interview with her. We'll be following her after her court hearings in Canada regarding, saying biological reality as a nurse and them coming for her license. That's the kind of shit we do. We don't normally do drama, but as a member of the LP, this shit needs to be called out, and we have to point out that this person can't represent us. So I just want to point out that's not normally what we do. If you're here for the drama, I guess enjoy the drama, spread it around. It's all fun and games, I guess, but don't expect to come back next week and like see a bunch of more drama streams. It's just not what we do normally. But we have an active Discord of over 400 people. So you should definitely join the Discord. Lots of philosophy debates, lots of really heady shit where we're talking about objectivist philosophy and argumentation ethics and wild shit like that, and libertarians and a lot of cool stuff like that. But I'll continue with the fucking drama. I figured I'd pimp my socials and let you guys know what we're about, and get back on to the why this person is fucking insane.
They have turned people against me that I've helped and supported by private messaging them on Twitter and saying, Karlyn is dangerous. You have to be afraid of Karlyn. You have to be concerned about her. Don't trust her. And then they provide flimsy evidence that is almost always taken out of context.
Yeah, all right. Well, all of my evidence is clearly taken out of context, and it's definitely flimsy.
That is changed to mean something it does not. And if you go with them and you join their horde, as Deb Fillman has done from The Reason We Learn, she's one of the people that harasses other people. If you go with them and join their horde...
Yeah, Deb Fillman's a hardcore harasser. I'm going to show you some Deb Fillman harassment here later, and it's fucking hilarious.
Then you're welcomed in with open arms. Sugar cookies. And you're congratulated and you're counseled on giving up your addiction to me, because what they tell people is I'm running a cult and I'm manipulating my followers, which any person that is actually a member of my community will tell you is not true. But...
That's I mean, I don't think you're running a cult. I think, but for the record,
like a fan club, to be honest.
For the record, you realize if you were running a cult, that everyone in the cult would say it's not true, right? Like that's how every cult works. Like I just want to point out, you know what I mean? Like if you were running a cult, like it would be, you know, no one would know that was in the cult that they're in a cult, because that's not usually how cults work. Do you fellows ever think about getting a nice background for your broadcast? Bitch, we just got green screens, all right? Oh, I forgot that my exposure is way down now, so you can't actually see the shit back there. But like, we just got green screens, all right? We will do better in the future.
If they message you and you don't join them, then they harass you endlessly all the fucking time. And I've now heard this from more than one whistleblower. Now, I was already pissed off enough at this group.
So now she's got more than one saying they're being harassed hardcore, and yet doesn't have any evidence.
Because last week...
I'm sorry. She's got some DMs supposedly of Deb, where Deb is talking to her former friend and frustrated about Karlyn. That's it. That's all she's got that she's willing to like name in all of the content that I've seen.
This group.
Are you wearing a black shirt or a green shirt? The world may never know.
I know. That's the great part of a green screen.
Doxed a friend of mine for being friends with me as a petty form of revenge. They doxed a private person as a petty form of revenge against me.
Oh, doxing.
It's not so fun when it's on the other foot now, is it?
Oh, doxing. Is that, are we anti-doxing over here? That's interesting.
You guys want us to make a green screen of the actual room behind us?
All right, boys. Doxing. That's an interesting thing. So, Mike Harlow, he fucking says sexual predator. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. Check your DMs? Oh, no. It's in my DMs. Did you send me the pictures again, you piece of shit?
Yeah, we already saw that shit, dog. Like, we commented on it on stream. You're just too giddy in your joy of being surrounded by fame and wealth.
Yo, Conaquin, are you serious? Let's go. I'm not going to say anything. I don't say anything until 2 weeks out. That's all I'm going to say. I don't announce anything until 2 weeks out. I'll talk to you later though. Though, to be fair, if he checks his DMs, he might not, because I definitely DM'd him about this situation. So he might say no.
Oh, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh shit, you know, I mean, just throwing that out there. All right, so let's continue. So, again, I think this is an unfair way of putting it out there, even though the accusations are there and there's a lot of them. Sexual predator is a little bit strong in the language. I wouldn't use it. I just got done with day one. No, that's not what I was saying. I saw the pictures, but something different. Anyways, Karlyn Borysenko continues stalking Kieran J. White, giving people his address and phone number, posting pics of his passport, contacting his loved ones, threatening his immigration. Nobody should have to deal with this abuse because they declined someone's advances. Someone let the Queen know that when he filed this, Twitter sent me his home address. Oops. It's like sometimes when we file fake reports on the internet, it turns out to bite us in the ass. Name, company, job title, his email address, his city that he lives in, the state and province, the postal code, and his phone number.
What a fucking dick move.
Yeah, that's what she does to people that piss her off. Her harassers. She doxes them. She just straight up doxes their phone number, their address, their email, and everything. And then we have Bot.
Wait, did you read Toots McPhee's message?
Asked her what they dox a friend of mine means. They means Kieran. Doxed means he called her Psycho Joshua by his name Joe in one tweet asking him to intervene and get her to stop. His name is public. Yeah.
Psychic, not psycho.
Psychic. Yeah. His psychic. Yeah. His psychic like has a business filed and like his name is on it, and like Kieran basically like slipped up and said his name, Joe. You know, Joshua Joe. Like he kind of could have fucking guessed it anyways. But yeah, he accidentally doxed his name, but it was public record. This shit's not public record. But enters Bot. Now Bot. I'm not going to go deep into Bot right now. All right. I've got a lot of things about Bot. I got a lot of information about Bot. It's not that interesting to me because Bot's a fucking psycho that may or may not have, live very close to Keri Smith and may or may not, do some wild shit. I don't want to go too hard on Bot because Bot just needs to take their fucking meds. And while Karlyn Borysenko likes to utilize these people under her and, encourage them, it's weird to, well, let's just get into it. I just noticed Kieran is such a good boy that even though the phone number was optional, he gave it to Twitter anyways. Wouldn't it be a shame if someone gave it to you? Karlyn says, but it would be awful. I'm on the phone. And of course, this person blew his phone up over and over and over and over again because they're a deranged lunatic. I actually already had his number, he. And then she shows evidence that she's blowing up his shit and harassing him. Or he, I guess, This Bot woman, we're going to go with Bot real quick just to show it a little bit more, has said she's schizophrenic and had thoughts of killing her pets. This is the same person Karlyn instructed to send hundreds of spam emails to. She's now obsessively calling and emailing Karen at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is her. This is a cult. It's not a fucking cult. It's just a psycho person. I mean, it's kind of cultish, but here we go.
It's not great.
Okay. So I was going to go to bed, but Karlyn would not stop streaming. So I told everybody I was going to vlog with, oh my God, she's coughing. So I said I was going to vlog with her on.
This seems like a really stable person, right?
I was talking a lot with Bot and Celtic Rune Singer.
This is really uncomfortable to watch.
We were
Yeah, no, I'm going to make you sit through it because this person is the person she's instructing to harass Kieran.
chatting a lot. It was
I
fun.
can't wait for the
Also,
next serial killer night.
Nandi was a coward, and he left.
Oh, what's up? You gonna do a dab?
Nandi is a complete.
I don't think she's gonna do a dab.
No.
Probably wouldn't be
I read
wise
what
for her to
Bob
do
said.
dabs.
Nandi is a child. Nandi went to bed too early. Nandi stayed home and stayed safe when he shouldn't have. Okay?
I'm just going to say, like, you know that poet guy that, like, came around for a while and then disappeared? It would be like if I instructed him to fucking dox and harass people.
Which would be a terrible idea.
Yes, it would be a terrible idea to specifically give that guy people's phone numbers.
Also, I don't think he needs the encouragement. I think he's already trying to do that.
Yeah.
When he shouldn't have. Okay?
And of course, you hear on another video bitching about Karen Smith. Here we go. This is insight into the ethos of an abuser. Facts. Every single person who has ever been in an abusive relationship will tell you it didn't start out abusive. There is a process of grooming. Abusers gaslight you into thinking that them being nice before the abuse began makes it okay. Add star 67 in front of it, Bot says. And then she responds, Karlyn, I'm not sure why I would have had his phone number or his passport photo or know all about his real father or know he was sued for revenge porn or any of the rest if he was so uncomfortable with me. But those are the mysteries of life. So then she gaslights people into saying that, like, the fact that she has information on him means that she can't be an abuser and that she can't be mean. And then, of course, here's one of her horrible abusers, Deb Fillman. Despite all the abuse, Kieran White has gone out of his way to help so many people, out of his way to help so many in the fight for liberty. Free branding advice and graphic design all the way from the UK. He has more skin in this fight than many of us. Let's get him a new computer. GoFundMe. Fucking monster that is Deb Fillman. What a monster.
Ugh, just the worst.
Just the worst. So here's another thing from Deb, right? That really shows you this is how Deb responds to Karlyn saying that she's stealing her IP and that she should sue her for stealing her IP because she talks about defunding schools. I'm gonna fucking repeat that. Karlyn Borysenko thinks she's the first person ever to come up with the idea that we should reduce money to public education as a means of getting rid of public education to allow the market to step in.
She's obviously never heard of Kinsella.
Yeah. She legitimately believes, and or it just maintains the position, that she's the first libertarian to ever exist at this point. That no libertarian or anarcho-capitalist ever existed before she came around.
But
Nobody's ever wanted to end the state. You know? Stirner never believed that we should defund schools. Proudhon never thought about that and moving it into mutualist societies. Rothbard and Hoppe, they never came up with the idea that, like, dissolving the state might mean reducing funding to public schools or something, right? Like, who would ever think of something so crazy? Except for the genius that is Karlyn Borysenko. Well, this is how, when accused of IP theft and being presented with the idea of possibly being sued for patent laws, this is how Deb Fillman responds. One of her core harassers, right? One of the people that she says is horrible, the person that she calls stepmom, the person that she does stream after stream after stream attacking. This is how she responds. No one owns the idea that liberty should come together to fight woke ideas. sorry. This is not intellectual capital one can copyright or patent. This is an idea everyone should steal and run with. Whoever you are, whatever you do, I invite you to steal any of the ideas I've expressed. And if you can do a better job expressing them and persuading others to share them and propagate them, please do. I do what I do to protect children, because as trite as it sounds, they really are the future. And it's a future I hope to live long enough to enjoy, not suffer through. So I guess it's a bit selfish of me, but I'm also a mother, and I worry about their futures even more. Second point, if you support me or my work, but I do something that conflicts with your values, I do not expect you to remain a supporter. I don't demand or expect undying loyalty. If we are associates of any kind, I expect to continue to earn your trust and respect ongoing. My own children don't owe me loyalty, nor trust. I sure as hell wouldn't demand it from other adults. I have either earned it or lost it. That's how life and relationships with healthy boundaries work. There are no interlopers, there are no turncoats in this fight, except those who pretend to be for Enlightenment values and then abandon reason, treat individuals as members of groups, enemies, friends, and reject skepticism completely, demanding undying loyalty. No one gets a free pass to behave badly or treat other people badly, and I expect the same in return. People who would spend 1 minute of their time worrying about whether I'm competing with them in this space are not fighting the same fight I'm fighting. Such people are also people are not people I want or need in my life. I'm repulsed by the vengeful and the petty. When drama surrounds a person, it acts like a force field, pushing me far away. And when I go, I'm gone. If you have a problem with that, look in the mirror. That's where you'll find the person deserving the blame. Get her some help. That's the horrendous fucking mischaracterized, out of context, horrible fucking harassment that Karlyn Borysenko has to deal with so that she can start going after people and calling them names and doing hour-long streams on a regular basis, attacking them and their character.
No wonder her eyes are so puffy.
That is someone that the fucking Mises Caucus supports, someone that Jeremy Kauffman is supporting, someone that Angela McArdle is supporting, the LNCC is supporting. That is a person that is the gubernatorial candidate for the LPNH, and like that's not okay. It's just not. It's doing harm to our. It's doing harm to our movement. It's doing harm to us. It's doing harm to the LP.
All that hard work that so many people put in to get the Mises Caucus to win almost every primary in, not primary, but every state Libertarian Party affiliate, and then win, and then just dominate at the Reno reset. Like,
yes.
It's a big slap in the face to all that work.
It's a slap in the face to Spike Cohen, to Angela McArdle, to Jeremy Kauffman. Even people that support her, it's a slap in the face to them. It's a slap in the face to Todd Hagelpin. It's a slap in the face to fucking Michael Heiss and Dave Smith, to everyone that like worked hard for this. 4-hour-long streams, yeah, we always go over 4 hours. But we're Twitch streamers. We're a different breed, all right?
Had you planned to only do 4 hours on this?
No. They were just like 4-hour streams, LOL. And I'm like, yeah, we do a lot longer.
Every time. This sucks. Just constantly being like reminding myself that she's got the gubernatorial nomination.
So from Casimir's video, have you filed a criminal report? Yes, I have. Watch as I stop this anonymous troll dead in his tracks by telling him that I have indeed filed criminal charges against members of Keri Smith's bullying horde for their harassment. Well, couple things. First of all, people said mean things about you on the internet that you don't like, so you went to the police. That's not very libertarian. The whole point of the liberty movement is to stop state violence, and you engaged in trying to use state violence to punish people with lies. Second of all, I happen to know Casimir, and if you're a part of our community, you know Casimir. He went there after the I Hypocrite video to ask questions. She said that he was an alt-right troll. Okay, this alt-right troll this far right, anti-Semitic right-winger that attacked her just happens to be a Jewish anarcho-capitalist. You couldn't be further from an alt-right troll if you fucking wanted to. It's not possible. There's no ideology that is further away. He was, yes, watch the 40-minute interview. He was patient the entire time. He didn't want to call out names. He just wanted to ask questions and get information. And she was gaslighting even then and lying. And then she titles it alt-right troll. And then he asks her, he speaks Hebrew to her and talks to her and says, like, why are you smearing me this way? And then she claims and lies, as she does to everyone she engages with, just like she lied about me the moment she found out who I was, engaged with me, and then blocked me the moment I had any questions about her attacking people. She says that he was going to that he claimed, because he said that subjective bias always plays a role in content creation, that this was proof that he wasn't going to be objective and that he was going to make a video of nothing but lies about her. And so she felt that it was perfectly fine to call him an alt-right troll and lie about him to poison the well. This is narcissism. There's the idea that you say that because someone says that people have bias and that they'll try to be objective means that you can lie and poison the well against them and gaslight people. This is what she does. She harasses, she doxes, she attacks. She hangs out with sexual predators, and she might be one herself. And she will come after you. She will use the police to come after you. Except, this is he said, she said, but according to Kieran and according to other people, she got laughed out of the fucking room when she tried to fucking go to the police.
Yeah, we're pretty aware she's probably going to talk about us now.
I don't give a fuck if she does a hate stream. Takes shit out of context. I hope she plays everything in context. That'll be fucking hilarious. It'll be even more hilarious when she doesn't watch the debates where I give her props. The debate where I give her props for every specific position that she gives.
And you know, I was around.
If she does a fucking hate stream, like, she knows exactly what it is. All it's going to do is elevate all of the information against her, and will probably break a few people out of the shell. But she's just going to do it just for the content, just for the victim complex, because she can't fucking handle it. She can't handle not getting that narcissistic supply of, I'm a victim. Look, now the libertarians and the ANCAPs are coming after me. Like fake. And she's already commenting on my fucking posts, unblocking me to comment and then blocking me again so that I can't see what she fucking put. And I'm assuming from context, she's calling me a fucking communist or something, which is fucking hilarious because this person doesn't even understand libertarian philosophy. If she wants to fucking talk so much shit, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge, Karlyn Borysenko. I'll talk to you. I'll shit on you. I got no problem talking to you. And I'll take any debate on anything about libertarianism ever. I'll even do it in your own fucking arena on school choice. I'll debate you on any of that shit. You think you're the only motherfucker that knows about Paulo Freire? You think you're the only motherfucker that knows about neo-Marxist philosophy? You think you're the only motherfucker that knows about CRT? You think you're the only motherfucker that's read Ibram Kendi and fucking read Stefanik and Delgado? You think I don't know my shit just as well as you do in your own fucking area of expertise? Get the fuck out of here.
Let's slip the hounds.
I don't block people. I don't give a fuck. You want to talk shit while behind a block wall? You just prove yourself to be fucking petty. Go right ahead.
And scared. Oh
Keri
shit,
Smith
it's trending again. Alex Jones was right.
Oh, is it? That's funny. What group of people is she talking about? Anyone who doesn't like her? How does Keri control them, right? We'll go back. So, is there sexual harassment of Kieran White? I'm not sure. Anyone knows that when allegations are made, I have a right to reply. Here it is to clear up these false allegations. P.S. You will see I have her express permission to post this. This was the day of her anniversary. When I turned her down and asked for boundaries, she snapped. So I could show you this, and I am going to show you this. But I got a better one, which is the more recent one. This is what happened afterwards. All of this shit. But I'm going to go through the scroll through video. Just because I think this is the better one. And we'll just watch this video. So here's where they're still talking. Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary to Victor and you. Enjoy steak. So this is him DMing her, telling her happy anniversary on her marriage. This is her response. It's between Kieran. This is between Kieran and Karlyn Borysenko. Thanks. So I know the timing is weird, but whatever. I've been thinking about this all week. She is married. He's texting her on her anniversary.
I'm sorry. One more. Who is this again? Texting her?
Kieran okay. DM'd her and said, happy anniversary to Victor and you. Enjoy steak on her wedding anniversary. This is her response. Thanks. So I know the timing is weird, but whatever. I've been thinking about this all week. I have feelings for you and I don't know what to do about that. So I just wanted to think. That's why I haven't been talking. I don't know how you feel. I suspect that you wouldn't allow yourself to feel anything towards me, but I also know how emotions aren't rational and that the relationship we have isn't normal and never really has been. It's just not. So who knows? You don't have to tell me either way. I also know that I have no intention of leaving my marriage, and I know you have no intention of leaving whatever your thing is, and I wouldn't want you to, at least not for this. So let me assure you that a relationship like that is not what I'm after, even if you do have feelings, which again, I doubt you do. But that doesn't change what I feel.
Is she just going for like an Ayn Rand situation?
Fuck if I know. Happy anniversary to Victor and you seems like one of those default texts normal people don't respond to. Facts. But that doesn't change what I feel. I didn't realize it until I got smacked in the face with it the other day and just started crying because I didn't know what to do and it felt impossible. You bring so much joy and excitement into my life. I'm able to be a person with you and I'm not with anyone else. And I don't want to lose that. But I also don't want to pretend either. That goes against who I am. I've been thinking about the fact that I have a choice. Not to tell you and have this eat at me or tell you and risk losing you. It feels like a lose-lose for me, and that's why I've been upset. I can't explain how painful it is for me not to express things that are important to me, holding it in, not saying anything. It hurts me so much. It's so stressful and takes up all my attention and focus until I release it. The lesson I'm working through is do I express myself or do I hold back out of fear of what might happen if I do? If I don't tell you, it's only because I'm afraid of how you'll respond. This is on her fucking wedding.
Well, anniversary.
Anniversary, sorry. But then there's the consequence of saying something. You think I'm crazy. The trip to London, which is happening regardless because I've already paid for the hotel, gets ruined because you're too weirded out. You bail entirely. We never get to do any of the things we've talked about. Bitch, what things? But if I don't say something, I'd be miserable for all this stuff because I constantly have this thing that I can't express and have to pretend for the sake of keeping up appearances. The pain of not expressing myself is worse than the potential pain of the consequences of expressing myself. So I'm telling you that I have feelings for you in a cowardly way because I don't want to see your reaction and I don't want to cry on a Zoom in front of you. I don't want this to ruin things. I hope it won't. So what do I do then? I don't really want things to change. I want to be able to do what we were already doing. I want to be able to laugh with you and play with you and do the projects we've been talking about. And I don't want it to be weird. I want to spend time with Yeah, right. I want to spend time with you in London and do things we've talked about and whatever else you've planned. I want to drink and banter and all that. I know you know I'm open with this stuff, but I don't expect anything from you. I do whatever you like with this. You don't have to worry about me pressuring you into doing something you don't want to, because I'm extremely submissive with stuff like this. It's the opposite of real life. If you don't want anything to happen, trust me, it won't. It's up to you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen. I find the whole thing to be decidedly inconvenient, not because of you, but because of the circumstances.
That's an interesting term for it. Decidedly inconvenient.
Yeah, I mean, that was one text. Wow, this is his response. Wow. This is quite a lot to digest right now in full. However, as I always say, trust and openness is paramount in friendships and professional relationships, so I thank you for sharing this clearly uncomfortable information with me. I believe that we work well together and share a common goal, which is why clear communication and boundaries are important. I would not want this to get in the way of that, as I know you wouldn't.
What a polite rejection.
Oh, it gets better, boys. It's funny. I could actually feel you building up a little wall up as you were reading this, but that's fine. Like I said, you can do with this whatever you like. I don't expect anything from you, and I mean that, but I needed to express it even though I was afraid of your reaction, and then let the cards fall where they may.
I'm going to tell you I like you, and then I'm going to reject you after you reject me, because I need to retain some control of this situation now.
You got it.
Is it okay? That's it?
Everything. Next text message with no response. Everything is okay, Kieran. All right. Next messages.
For the record,
later.
If that's its own soul message, just everything is fine. I don't think it is it?
No. If you wanted to talk today, I'll be around. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But if it means anything, telling you what was going on brought me a lot of peace. And so I know that it was the right thing, even if it's uncomfortable now. Everything happens for a reason. I think we're going to be in each other's lives a long time, Kieran.
Yeah, but it's ironic how it turned out.
You and I have more karmic connections in our charts than any two people Joshua's ever seen. And he's run thousands of these things. I don't know that we could control it, even if we want to. The best thing is to roll with it. Otherwise, we're just going to make things harder than they need to be.
It's just like The Witcher.
So now she's telling you that fate and karmic connections demand that you be with me in some regard.
The universe is gonna have us in each other's orbit indefinitely. We might as well enjoy the ride.
Got your email. We should really talk in person. There are components of this you haven't understood, and I'm concerned you're being more severe than is necessary. This is such an abusive language. Next one. Twin flames aren't always about romance, Kieran. They're about lessons. I never saw you as a romantic partner in this experience. I saw you as someone I would learn lessons from, and vice versa.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, I have to ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
What are twin flames?
I don't know, weird karmic chart shit or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Next response. Your response was my greatest fear in this entire thing. And that's probably my fault because I don't think you fully understood why this had to happen from my perspective. That's why I was so careful to say that you didn't need to be worried, because you don't. This is so much gaslighting from an abusive person. It's so obvious in their language. This is not how normal people talk when they're being vulnerable.
Also, there hasn't been a reply back on any of this, so I don't know. Seems like they don't want to talk to you right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's keep going. I feel strongly we need to talk in person. But it's your call. But if you'd like to unnecessarily throw everything out the window, that's up to you. Maybe that's your lesson in this, but it's your choice to learn it or not. I have the stream at 5 and another stream at 7, and I'm well aware that you're sitting around at home. Let me know.
If you would like, we could meet at the top of, I don't know, K2, alone, with no Sherpas.
Right. You're still so young, and sometimes I forget that. There's still so much you don't understand. That's my fault. What the fuck? Let's keep going though. Boys, we're not halfway through. I'll be blunt too. I don't want to see everything. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. Hold on.
Oh my God. There's so
Boys,
much here.
we are 28 seconds in him scrolling through a minute and 18 seconds. So I'm just going to let this do its thing. Two days later. Two more days. 7 days. One more day. One more day. Another day.
I've never seen a hole dug this deeply.
Another day. And there you go. That was before he blocked her. I think, I mean, I feel like just the vault, without even the content, I'll put it in chat, right? But without even the content, it's just the same narcissistic, patronizing, grooming, gross behavior over and over and over again. If you want to read all of it, go ahead and be my guest. I don't think you should, though. Be honest with you. So that's just some of the Kieran White stuff. Again, I got a lot more evidence, but how much do we really want to get through tonight? Here we have harassing Mike Harlow. So let's just look at some stuff from Mike Harlow. Now, Mike Harlow gives as good as he gets, to be fair.
Let me get some water real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Actually, we're going to take a super quick break and then we're going to get into this on Mike Harlow. I'm going to get some water as well. We'll be right back. This punk bitch went to go use a restroom. Doesn't he remember the old days when Twitch streamers used to get urinary tract infections? How come Scott never runs for office? Oh God. Because I'm a degenerate and I got a lot of skeletons in my closet, boys. I'm kidding. I'm actually pretty much an open book, but I am a degen. What do you think about the FBI saying the yellow and black ANCAP flag is a symbol of domestic terrorism? What do I think about that? What I will say is this. Hey, where did it go? Did they delete my posts? No. Hold on, maybe it's in tweets and replies. Which is going to be a lot more to go through.
Yeah, Scott's on the tweeter a lot.
Here we go. This is what I quote tweeted. So what do I think about it is this. At FBI, we are not a violent threat to people's lives. You are. Unlike you, we don't sponsor terrorism. Unlike you, we don't kill people unless out of self-defense. Unlike you, we do not steal from people. I added the FBI. I fucking love adding the FBI sometimes. No, I mean, like, I think it's, I think it's just, obviously the FBI is going to target right-wing terror extremist groups. Like the establishment has become so left-wing from the bureaucracy being full of a bunch of college-educated people. Not a lot we can do about that. Like, we'll be fighting the left in terms of that. And the FBI is a leftist institution. All right, so we're back. I find it richly hilarious that sexual predator Karlyn Borysenko, of all people, is talking about defamation. Here's a thread showing some highlights of her defamation of me over the last year. This is not even a complete list. Portrait of a pathological liar. Here we go. This time she falsely accused me of anti-Semitism, white supremacy, and tweeting at Nazis with no evidence because it never happened.
So when Mike Harlow saying, I said he was anti-Semitic and white supremacist, no. Both of them, literally in their feed, cozied up with the white identitarians that I wrote about in that article. Mike Harlow and Keri Smith were cozying up to them on Twitter. That's fact. Fact.
That's fact. Yeah, fact.
First, she denied calling me an anti-Semite.
Wait, what? Under that tweet, we're talking about Mikey Harlow's tweets right now. Under that tweet you showed us from Mikey, he also writes that you called...
I would like to point out that I am associated with all kinds of wild shit on Twitter. All right? I do not give a fuck about cozying up to people. I'm here to spread an ideology to whoever will fucking listen.
Him and Keri anti-Semitic and white supremacist.
Because I am principled and strong in my belief system because I know theory. Unlike you, you're just a fucking leftist.
Which doesn't... No, that never happened. That is a lie.
And then she admits it. 10 seconds later.
Sorry if you don't like it, Mikey. If you don't want to be called an anti-Semite, don't associate with anti-Semites.
This is a pathological liar. She specified one person.
Actually, see, Mike Harlow's not getting it because it's not that she's a pathological liar. It's that she's engaging in reality the way that narcissists do, right? And so what's really occurring here is that she doesn't say you're a white supremacist. She says, if you don't want to be called a white supremacist, then don't cozy up to them. So she actually gets to do it without maintaining a contradiction, but she gaslights and manipulates you in such a way that, yo, is stream down?
I don't think so.
Oh, fucking OBS. It's good on your end?
Yeah, it's fine on my end.
Oh, okay. I was having a hard time connecting to chat. There we go. We're back. OBS having issues connecting for some reason. My bad. Yeah, we've been getting fuck games all night with our numbers where it just drops randomly by 10 because of bandwidth and shit. Twitch doesn't give us the bandwidth we need for our channel, so it constantly stifles our growth because we'll get to 47 and then boom, 40. Or we'll get to 30 and boom. Like there's certain thresholds and you got to like push past the threshold to be allowed more bandwidth.
So I actually looked at her article. This person has a name, and it's this man named Don Jackson. My first thought, who the fuck is Don Jackson? So I searched my name with his and all his handles and everything. Never happened. Never happened. She literally just made it up. Go ask Karlyn if she has any evidence of me associating with this Don Jackson person. She finally responded and said, I never said that Mikey did, I said Keri did. Roll the tape.
Sorry if you don't like it, Mikey. If you don't want to be called an anti-Semite, don't associate with anti-Semites. You were literally tweeting with a guy who wrote a cover of Reimagine that reimagined a world without the Jews. That was your choice, not mine.
She was caught.
Right. So she just makes up shit when she doesn't have anything so that she can then justify the harassment of those people. So she gets to make up herself being a victim and then make up herself being the proud hero that fights back. And then she'll fight for you too. And they'll come for you. It's insane. This person is so fucking damaging and so toxic. And the fact that this person does this to content creators, that's the real problem here. Not the real problem. It's one of the problems, right? If there was an insane fucking narcissist running for the governor, but like all he did or she did was like occasionally tweet some crazy shit, to be honest with you, I'd be like, fuck that guy. I'm not voting for him, but I wouldn't really care that much. But she's going out and doing this behavior to like other people that have influence on whether or not individuals and how they feel about the Libertarian Party. It's directly damaging to the LP because she's a content creator. And because she does this to other content creators and other people that like, and other social media influencers.
But blatantly in a lie. So she decided that she was going to shift that lie from me to Keri.
Can you imagine what the fuck she would do as governor? You think she'd be libertarian just because she sold you on some bullshit libertarian shit?
I would doubt that.
No, she'd be a fucking tyrant, and everybody knows it, that it pays attention to her.
So now she is saying that Keri is an anti-Semite. And again, don't forget, this same person lied and said that she was discriminated against for being white because black people worked at the hotel.
They were harassing me because I'm a woman. They were harassing me because I'm white, because there were a lot of people of color at this hotel, and I have no issue with that. I don't really care.
She was banging on people's doors, yelling racial slurs about black people. How many instances are there of this person just...
What?
I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. She's just, I mean, like...
I won't take that as serious.
Making
or
things
as true. It's hard to know.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Pathological liar. She comes out with these huge claims.
What did Jangle say? Tonight, Karlyn Borysenko accused me of doxing her and couldn't provide proof. I want this amplified. I want her to spread this accusation because at a certain point it will fall apart and she'll be forced to admit she was lying.
Person just make.
Of course, you're going after Jangle's science lad, you know.
Or she'll double down.
Or that.
Making things up. I mean, she's a pathological liar. She comes out with these huge claims and lies about people and then jumps to the next one, hoping you will forget about that.
Mike Harlow has lied repeatedly about, he says, I bully.
What a fucking bully.
Yeah, what a fucking, he says I bully. What a fucking bully. Right, so here's some of that. Here's another little fun thing from Mike Harlow. The time she found a private post on my locals talking about a health issue I'm dealing with, being tested for a few causes. She then used it to falsely claim that I said I have cancer. This turned into her saying I faked cancer and lied about having cancer, which never happened. Coming and then locked him out of his own locals account, for the record. Coming to terms with an illness is difficult, but this is a small glimpse.
How does she have that ability?
Fuck it, she's worked with all these people at some point, and then they fucking disagreed and fell out of the cult. But this is a small glimpse of what I've had to deal with on top of it for months. Dozens upon dozens of videos and tweets about my health from the unhinged bully and liar Dr. Karlyn Borysenko. So here we go.
We're going to start calling Mike Harlow Baron Munchausen, because he likes to convince people he's ill when he's really not. According to Mike Harlow on Twitter, he is losing little pieces of bone from his jaw every day. Maybe that's real? I don't understand that. I'm just going to say, I have questions. I have questions. Oh, and apparently it's been happening for 2 months. Okay. So we should probably see evidence of that. Which,
or you could have evidence of the tweet that he said that.
Would be sad. Again, and I genuinely mean this. I don't want anyone to be sick. I don't.
But.
And it's supposed to be severely painful for him to talk. Isn't Mike Harlow doing, or has already done, a exclusive stream for his locals with the Queen from England? How was it possible for Mike Harlow to spend 9 hours talking on Zoom if it's...
What the fuck is with all these boomers using Zoom?
I was just about to say, like, why does everybody use fucking Zoom?
Zoom is so goddamn useless.
Zoom took off during fucking the pandemic lockdown shit, and it's like, well, Discord was right there.
I don't know, man. Discord's way better.
Severely painful for him to talk. How is that possible? He must have had a miraculous recovery. Let's all hope and pray that he did. How is that possible?
He was eating his turkey tail mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking with Brent. Oh, wow. How fascinating. How fascinating. I'm sorry. I do not believe Mikey Harlow has cancer. I don't believe he does. I'm sorry, I just don't. If he ends up having cancer and I'm proven wrong, I will be...
it was the Zooms and corporations. I mean, the corporations and schools were using it.
Incredibly sad. Right now, I think what he's doing is using the fact that he might have some mysterious illness in order to attack me on Twitter, and that's kind of disgusting and bad. He's not sick, I genuinely do, but if he is sick, he should consider how his own actions caused that. And what I mean by that is when you hang out with toxic bullying people all day, every day, you're going to create unnecessary stress for yourself, and that's eventually going to wake its way into your body, and you're going to be sick. This is just a medical thing. This is a medical reality. This is the science.
Yes, the science is you hang out like this. So first, she creates the idea that he has cancer, which she never said. Then she attacks him for not having a cancer diagnosis. Then she attacks him for faking a cancer diagnosis that she made up the whole thing because he was sick and getting testing done. Then she says that, oh, we'll see what the real reason you're sick is because you're toxic harassers and abusers. And the science proves that the real reason you're sick is actually proof that you've been harassing and coming after people and hanging out with toxic people. But if you just came over here, Mama Bear would fix you. If you just came back to mommy and you apologize and you let me control you and if you just came to be a part of my friends, all of a sudden, that's what that would, everything would be fine because you wouldn't be around those toxic people anymore.
Yeah, good call, Andy. Wait, now you choose to get sick? It's not up to fate like with the Jews?
Yeah, right. I want to point out, too, that this is known as triangulation, right? The gaslighting people into thinking the people around them are unhealthy for them and that you should separate from those other people is a way to destroy your networking system so that they can abuse and control you.
Mike Harlow is Baron Munchausen because he makes up illness and convinces himself that he has it in medical reality.
I mean, I want you to look at this person as they laugh.
This is the science. Mike Harlow is Baron Munchausen because he makes up illness and convinces himself that he has it and he doesn't.
Love that.
We're gonna start calling Mike Harlow Baron.
The time she claimed I support grooming children. The time she claimed I was outing whistleblowers. Never happened. The time she repeatedly accused me of doxing people. Never happened. She uses this imaginary horde to obfuscate and enact guilt by association of association. In the last week, the horde of bullying haters led by Keri Smith and Mike Harlow have supported doxing non-public people as a form of revenge, supported government agencies grooming kids, taken the side of legitimate white identitarians recruiting in the anti-woke space.
It's like, well, where's your evidence that this didn't happen, Mike? Well, it's hard to show something I didn't do.
And then, of course, you have this tweet thread. Gosh darn it, that's a real shame. I wonder who could have reported this person who's constantly been bullying and harassing me on this platform for over a year. I'm just torn up over this loss. Censorship is the favorite tool of people who fear truth. Censorious Karen has been desperately trying to get my Twitter account banned for a year as well. Good luck with that. Good thing at Poetry Painter knows someone who's an expert in beating big tech bans. And then she says, being glad I won't be bothered anymore by a legitimately psychotic bully. It's not actually worse when Walkaway's favorite spokesperson, fame whore Mike Harlow, supported people who support schools covering for teachers who sexually molest their students, grooming worse than banning. So then we have a pivot, and then we create a new narrative, and we use association of association to make it seem like he supports grooming children sexually in schools whilst not engaging whatsoever with the concept of censorship and banning. I told her next time she defames me, I'll be filing suit. I can now say that is my intention. I just want to be left alone, and that's the only way. There are better ways, in my opinion. The time she claimed I'm a Fed. The fact that Mike Harlow hasn't been banned for evading a permanent Twitter ban is proof that he's a Fed. That might just be tongue in cheek, to be honest.
I'm so proud she stands with Ukraine.
That is fucking funny though. But I mean, like, that's just tongue in cheek. The time she made a video saying she has evidence to destroy me, then never mentioned it again. The time she claimed I was DMing a woman I'd never even spoken to to sabotage and cancel an event I hadn't even heard of. Never happened, but it's grounds for guilt by association of association of association of association of association. Fun fact, Keri Smith and Mike Harlow's horde have been in Gab Clark's DMs for months, telling her if she didn't denounce me, they would make sure she got canceled. Other people who support this account: Blair White, Chrissy Mayer, Wrong Speak, Taylor USA. Right.
I recognize 2 of those names.
Right. So now we're going to use Chrissy Mayer and Wrong Speak and Blair White. I don't know who Real Julia Song is, or Taylor U. I think I know who Taylor USA is, right? We're going to use all these people that are adjacent to the liberty movement and libertarianism and have them, guilt by association, be attacked and be a part of being attacked by large representatives of the LP. How many, let's just pick one, the first one, right? Blair White. Hold on, let me do this off screen in case she has something wild on her Twitter.
Oh, calm down. It's not a taftage, just Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean, just as a real quick thing, she's going after someone with almost 450,000 Twitter followers. Do you think it's a good idea to be trying to do guilt by association and attacking people that are against gender ideology, this is a trans person that is a libertarian that has talked to fucking Michael Malice and a bunch of other people and brings people to the libertarian movement and also fights the woke culture war in terms of gender ideology. She's someone who's interviewed D-trans people and talks about the ridiculousness of grooming in schools. If you have members of the LP attacking someone like this, you could potentially be losing tens of thousands of votes. And of course,
this person could literally be breaking the Libertarian Party's momentum following Reno reset.
I want to point out, by the record, that that Blair White has been in Carolyn's brainstem multiple times and been like, Jesus fuck, what is wrong with this crazy person? Is she really representative of the LP? She has tweeted multiple times in her parody account, like, what the fuck is going on? She has tarnished the image of Mises Caucus and the LP to fucking Blair White with her crazy, insane shit. Exactly, Silver Ogre. Blair is proof that you can be trans and not fucking woke. Going after this person which then made her aware of this person, which then made her aware of all the insane batshit stuff that she does. That's fucking Chrissy. Yeah, Chrissy's bigger, actually. I just wanted to point out just Blair White. But yeah, you're right. Chrissy Mayer is bigger. But Chrissy Mayer is not really, I don't know if you would call her a libertarian so much as like maybe paleo lib.
I don't know. I think she might just be like right wing.
I said maybe paleo lib, which is like between libertarian and right wing. But yeah, you're right. Ask her what she means by Keri and Mike's horde have been in Gab's DMs. Yeah, what she means is Deb Fillman ranted to her once. That's what she means. She means Deb. Oh, like I didn't even get to finishing here. Oh, Toots McPhee. Yo, I've been researching the shit. All right. When she says Keri and Mike's horde, she means Deb Fillman, who said publicly that she DM'd Gab, who is her friend, about what was Karlyn was doing to her. What does it have to do with Keri and Mark? How is that harassing Gabs? Drama stream, Hubert. Someone in the LP is a disgusting, narcissistic, fucking toxic piece of shit that is driving probably tens of thousands of people away from our party. Chrissy's just a cute redhead. I mean, the world needs cute redheads. Hold on. Do I got to look into Chrissy Mayer more? She's fucking cute redhead degen? Oh, like, hold on. I can
she's
fix
awesome.
it, boys.
Chrissy Meyer's great. No, you can't. She's permanently taken. She's got a man.
For now. I'm kidding.
But I think she's on Anthony Cumia's network.
No, Andy. You can Google it on your own. You can Google it on your own, Andy. Go to horny jail. Any conservatives want to answer why your influencers like Blair White, Chrissy Mayer, Wrongspeak, Real Julius, especially Taylor USA, are supporting people who are trying to cancel a mother for teaching other parents how to deprogram their kids from gender ideology? So she's trying to triangulate people. And she's playing with fucking fire because people are going to see her for the fucking psycho that she is. Can I call her a psycho? I don't feel like psycho is like, I mean, psycho isn't in the DSM anywhere, right? I don't know that I'm defaming her by calling her a psycho.
I would consider these actions to be in the vein of someone acting in a pathologically upset manner.
Of course, you have Mike Harlow, Gabs Clark, no results. And their DMs, no results. He's never talked to the person. Didn't even know they existed. I know who Gab Clark is. I did a tweet where I redid her video. Time she claimed I was sending people to attack her family in New Hampshire. Sorry, but like, what family? Around this time, she decided that people finally standing up to her abuse and exposing her lies makes her the victim of bullying. Mike Harlow is Keri's best friend. He's been publicly defaming me for over a year. Mike has been one of the people spreading lies about me all over the internet, encouraging his followers to attack my family and supporters. He's the reason this is happening. Yeah, and it's not true. What's interesting is that defamation is actually a crime in the state of New Hampshire, et cetera, et cetera. She's running for governor and not only doesn't know the law of her state, she's routinely breaking it. Anyways, I'm still offering a $1,000 reward for anyone who can provide evidence backing up any one of these claims about me. Amazingly, none of her brain dead, foaming at the mouth zombie sycophants have taken me up on it. Can't imagine why. Oof. Offering on a reward. No evidence. Now, perhaps the most egregious one. I was not able to find the thread. If anybody can find the thread, it appears that it was deleted. It appears that in preparation for her suit, it has been deleted. But actively unwoke is one of her other accounts. I'm able to obtain a screenshot, but I don't have the rest of the DMs. I have read the DMs. I can tell you what's in them, but I can't find them any longer. So if anybody has more screenshots, I'll gladly take them. However, this is the beginning of a thread where she retweets. Yeah, it's also a side YouTube channel. Yeah. She retweets or quote tweets, sorry, Keri Smith, where she says, she's always hated you because you saw right through her. Oh, God damn it. Stop doing the slideshow bullshit. Sorry. Even if I did recall correctly, and because you're authentic, you're a mirror reflecting her Frankenstein fraudulence right back at her. And then actively unwoke, Karlyn Borysenko, and there was some other thing. It was a meme basically going after actively unwoke. Going after Karlyn Borysenko in some regard because she's crazy. She says, at Bradley J. Helger 1. And I'll tell you who Bradley is in just a moment. Hi, Bradley. Given your opposition to woke culture, I'm very confused about why a member of your congregation is publicly attacking an account. God damn it. Sorry about this. Publicly attacking an account dedicated to teaching real people to stand up for themselves and fight backs. Perhaps that intervention is in order. She goes back and forth, attempting to convince Keri Smith's pastor that he should kick her out of his church. I'm going to say that again. She went after Keri Smith's pastor to try and get her and her family removed from her church.
Some next level skullduggery.
That's not mean tweeting and being angry, okay? That's not reacting to people like on a stream and talking shit. That is manipulative, psychotic triangulation to try and harm someone and their connection and their family's connection with their church and spirituality. That is beyond Mean Girls and into next level narcissistic, destructive behavior. That is woke tactics. That's leftist shit. That's deranged leftist cancel culture to the extreme to try and harm and hurt and triangulate her because she's not unwoke the way that she wants her to be. Because she's not working with her. Because she won't accept her insanity. Because she won't accept things like the Jews deserved the Holocaust because they chose it. And Hitler's in heaven.
Oof.
One last thing I want to show. A nice little fucking bit of fun here. Let me just find it. We don't need all that. Got a bunch of DMs from Deb Fillman from Bot. Just going wild. When I say wild, I mean wild. Okay, we'll do that.
Creepy.
And then we will share, stop sharing that, and we will share that. Bring this up here. Put this on panel. Sorry about this, boys. Give me just a second to get this ready. Last little thing. So a conversation was had between someone in our community, Casimir, after the I Hypocrite video. We had no idea about any of this. We were like, what the fuck? Is all this shit true? What is going on? And Casimir was like, is she really the gubernatorial candidate for the LP? And I was like, yeah, dude, she really is. But I didn't know any of the craziness about her. So Casimir, of course, goes and talks to her. Of course, the video is titled Karlyn Borysenko Debates an Alt-Right Troll, despite him being a Jewish ANCAP. That's upset she got nominated for governor. So he kind of issued a challenge and, you know, someone edited together a little video that I think perfectly illustrates the lies and bullshit that this woman tells.
You know that I know that we both understand it. Your request is for somebody to look through your videos, specifically through the events that they know about, and compile a video where prior to the event of the character assassination by LP, you're doing the same thing to another person that's like that.
I would like an example. I would like at least one example.
Alone. I'm an overbearing parent. You know, it's like, come on. This is craziness. So
yes, Deb.
It's
wait.
weird.
Wait. What was the lead up to Deb saying she's an overbearing parent? Can I just clip out that 1 second where Deb says I'm an overbearing parent and put it on Twitter?
You totally should. I dare you.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now, live on this stream.
Yes.
And if people can't provide me, and I would have a chance to respond to that example to say, no, here is the actual context of what I'm saying, and let me show you the broader context because I come with receipts.
Something that I was talking about today. Things feel upside down, Keri. They feel like, you know, we're saying kids are responsible to fix things. Kids are responsible to protect adults. Kids will only feel, you know, have mental health when they're perfectly safe. When we actually know that a certain amount of stress and change and
here's the context
is actually good for mental health. Like striving and overcoming and falling down and getting back up is how we become resilient. There's different components to mental health, and safetyism does not produce it. You know, being, you know, we talk about the hover parents and, you know, helicopter parents, and we know that they tend to have neurotic children who are anxiety ridden and so forth. And yet you'll have schools going safe space, safe place, safety. And you're like, but if I decide I don't want my kid to go to the mall alone, I'm an overbearing parent. You know, it's like, come on, this is craziness. So
got the clip.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, it's almost like direct evidence of you specifically doing that.
Hang on. We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
You're doing it
Create
live?
new document.
Wow.
I'm gonna tweet this shit out right now. We basically just gave Deb the spanking that she so richly fucking needs.
Angela McCardle, you liked that tweet, didn't you?
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
That she so richly fucking needs.
The society says no, it's the inverse of that. There's some...
Do you know who liked the video of Deb?
Who?
The future chair of the Libertarian Party.
Oh my god.
Not a great
She's going to be elected
Angela.
the chair of the National Libertarian Party in less than a month, and she just liked that video of Deb on Twitter.
You know, when we had our conversation with Deb, I was really confused at first, like why she would be so put off from the Mises Caucus and like the LP. And I really, really get it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's really upsetting to know that we were like repping the Mises Caucus for all those months and like really talking about the Reno reset, and like Mises Caucus kind of inspired us to get started in this, and now it's just feels kind of sour.
So that is potentially part one. Potentially part one of talking about Karlyn Borysenko. 6 hours in. That is what I wanted to present to you guys tonight. And that is why, hold on, let me go back just for a second. Fucked up. I just want to reiterate some things. Having gone through all of that evidence, having shown the receipts of her constant toxic behavior, gaslighting, doxing, hinting at like Deb needing to be dominated and almost in a rapey vibes, rapey and abusive texts to Kieran, lies that she has told over and over and over again, intentionally bringing in people into her drama that have nothing to do with anything, that have massive followings of people that we need to bring into the LP, and pushing them away with her insanity, doxing people and encouraging admitted schizos that talk about wanting to murder their pets, certain things. And there's other stuff I haven't showed you, boys. If someone wants to challenge me on it, they can challenge me on whether or not I have the video of her talking about beating the shit out of Keri Smith, and whether or not Bot may or may not have been involved in those scenarios. We can look at some of the crazy shit Bot does on her behalf, and the fact that she intentionally eggs on Bot despite this person talking about murdering their animals.
That's just a huge, red flag right there.
The constant harassment and lies and lack of proof and her inability to provide any documentation on any of these things. And that's why I'm going to reiterate our goals for this and our goals moving forward. In short, goal number one, ensure that the Libertarian Party is focusing on state actors and state violence and not tearing down the movement. Karlyn Borysenko is doing this. Illustrate the issue with LPNH and Karlyn Borysenko. If you watch this entire thing, I don't think there's a doubt in your fucking mind that it is an issue that she is representing the LP. Number three, demand an apology to Kieran White, Mike Harlow, Keri Smith, Deb Fillman, Bot, her community, and the Libertarian Party, the Free State Project, and the Libertarian Party in New Hampshire. Number four, retract her threats and promise to move forward without targeting individuals with further harassment. And number five, if 3 and 4 cannot be met, demand her resignation from the gubernatorial position of New Hampshire. That's all we have to say, boys. This person is fucking disgusting and should not be representing the LP. She could potentially do irreparable harm to the LP. And what, they nominated her as a joke? Because she said that Hitler went to heaven?
Man, this is a lot to fucking sit in. Just there was a lot of hope. The pragmatists collapsed. Mises won, and this is the fucking captain of the jewel of the liberty movement.
To be fair, Jeremy Kauffman is, not her.
I mean, if she gets out there and campaigns, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know that there's a lot more to say, boys. I don't have any content to go with after this. The only thing I can say is, there may be more drama. I just painted a fucking target on my back. That's for goddamn sure. A target on my back from a fucking psycho. But join the Discord, join the Twitter. It's the only way you're going to find out if we go live. You know, join the YouTube. We'll put up the VOD. The VOD will be here for 2 weeks if it doesn't get banned, but we're going to download the VOD right afterwards and make sure we put it up on YouTube as well over the weekend. I have my children this weekend, so I'll be on Twitter. I'll be in the Discord, but we won't be doing any streams at all until Monday when we get back. But make sure you join the Discord. We do movie nights. We hang out late at night. A lot of philosophy, a lot of memes, a lot of fun stuff. Over 400 people in there. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, yay, kids.
Unfortunately, she does represent the LP. She doesn't represent the values at all. She doesn't represent the ideology at all. But she is officially a representative and a pretty big one.
God damn it.
And they think it's funny because of like Vermin Supreme. You know what I mean? Like they think it's funny because of the toasters or the fat guy dancing. And this is not okay. We're either a serious party or a bunch of fucking trolls full of people that actually actively try and hurt our movement.
Sadly, right now, it seems to be the latter.
Yeah. The woman doesn't even say the state ever. Like, ever. I'm supposed to believe that she's a fucking libertarian and she doesn't ever mention the state?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I won't allow you to make this spurious.
Or the
claim.
non-aggression principle?
Hey, whenever she says the Free State Project, she says state.
It's not funny at all to those of us in New Hampshire. Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, sorry.
But
That
like I
does
said,
suck, man.
follow us if you. This is not our normal content. What we normally do is news reactions. I get fucking livid watching Biden speeches. We do a lot of debates. On Mondays, we often do Prime Kais, but I do the Crucible from time to time. I used to do Hippy Dippy regularly, back when Hippy Dippy was a thing. So if you want to see me debate lefties, if you want to see interviews, we do a lot of really cool interviews. We've interviewed Yaron Brook on our YouTube. We've interviewed Buck Angel and Amy Eileen Ham and Tulip R, and we've interviewed Jeremy Kaufman. I doubt he'll take another interview. We've we interview Walter Block twice. Dr. Walter Block, great video on our YouTube recently about evictionism, the libertarian philosophy and idea behind abortion and pro-choice and the marriage of those two things from a natural law perspective. Yeah, I mean, so we do a lot of interviews. We do the occasional philosophy panels where we watch and react to like some philosophy or read some bit of philosophy and do an open panel and discuss it. We have a lot of hardcore libertarians and ANCAPs here, but we also have a ton of paleo libs and like conservatives and the occasional lefty that comes in that's brave. We're pretty free speech here, so as long as you don't violate TOS or spam or like, you know, you're here to stay. I know there's a lot of info, you know, again, I'll post, we'll post the YouTube video and the whole thing unedited sometime this weekend. Maybe start your own party. I'm good, dude. I'm a degen. I'm here to debate people and be a talking head. Like, that's not my role. I don't want to be a politician. My role is to entertain. Tonight was drama, but usually we do jokes, we do memes, we get into degeneracy. Like, that's my role, to make things fun, to talk about politics, to rage the fuck out, you know, engage a little bit in praxis, do some charity streams, do stuff like that. And to discuss deep nerd ass theory from time to time.
And, you know, once a month, serial killers and cults.
Ah, yes. And every third Tuesday of the month, serial killer night, where we talk about where Mark does an amazing job and a ton of research going into a serial killer. And then we watch a cult documentary or a conspiracy theory documentary afterwards. Hubert, you better go live. All right. Hubert's live. All right. We're going to go say hi to Hubert. We're going to give Hubert some love because that's a heavy fucking night of drama. And so what we're going to do is we're going to raid over to Hubert. Now, Hubert's good people. Not a real political person. He's more like a let's get shit-faced drunk and murk people. That's what he does. He murks people late into the fucking night and gets shit-faced drunk and still somehow manages to be sober. I don't know how he does it. It's amazing. It's hilarious. It's a great fucking time. And you're going to get a lot of sheeshes in his stream. So let's go say hi to Hubert. Like I said, make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you join the Twitter. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. But more importantly than anything, Discord or Twitter is how you're going to know we're going live on Twitch.
Yeah, they don't really like putting out our go lives, huh?
Yeah, no, we get like 4 or 5 go lives out of our like 1,700 plus followers a night.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one in a while.
Yeah. Super fun, super fun. We get Twitch giving us bandwidth issues and knocking off viewers constantly, and then we also get like no go lives.
It's a great time.
All right, but with that said, we will see you Monday. If you're in the Discord or on Twitter, you'll see me talking shit, or you might see us in the VCs watching some movies, playing some games or something. I got my kids this weekend, so we're out of here unless Mark wants to finish the job.
You could take the consciousness out of the self, but you can't take the self out of the consciousness.
You just watched a clip from our Twitch channel, Fabian Liberty. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe here on YouTube, or go ahead and give us a follow on twitch.tv/Fabian Liberty.